Throughout the European history, Europe was devastated by the bubonic plague multiple times. People believed the plague was spread by the bad air emanating from the rotting organic matters according to the Miasma Medical Theory, which replaced by the Germ Theories of Disease a few centuries later. Here we have plague doctors. You may have seen this costume in a movie or on Halloween night, trying to scare the little kids. But in fact, this costume was actually worn by the real plague doctors in the 17th century. Designed by a French doctor named Charles de Lorme, and it resembles the first Hazmat Suit. A mask consisted of a long nose that shaped like a beak, about half a foot long, filled with scented materials such as juniper berry, ambergris, and mint leaves. These scented materials were thought to be able to prevent plague doctors from the bad air. But what it actually did was reducing the terrible stench of unburied corpses. Just for clarifications, the plague doctor mask is unable to do this. They also wore gloves and a wooden cane to avoid contact with ill patients and to instruct them for inspections. The mask was also equipped with red lenses over the eyes to protect plague doctors from evil influences, and a leather hat to distinguish their job as a doctor. In the medieval time, it was not a job until you have worn a proper hat, such as the bishop has a mitre and the king has the crown. Due to high demand of plague doctor, not every one of them was a well-trained physician, or worse, not a physician at all. Worst case, a fruit seller saw the ads, decided a career change for a better future, and somehow got the job. Imagine how they were going to tell the patients they will be alright by tomorrow. Besides treating their ills, they also recorded the numbers of deaths throughout the plague outbreak. Since their salary were paid by the town, they treated everyone. But just there's a little problem. Some techniques they used on the victim were very bizarre, such as bloodletting and putting leeches on the pupils. People were desperate and believed that it was a punishment from God. Self-flagellations were pretty common practice, while for the weak and the disabled, it would be done by the plague doctor.